Some unexpected news has came today in Deep Rock Galactic, where the clean overclock that was considered one of the worst overclocks for the Hurricane manual guidance cutoff, at least I claimed it to be one of the worst overclocks in the game, has now been replaced with an unstable overclock called Rocket Barrage. So, this still technically has the no missile guidance, but now it has quite a few other things going for it, with a significant increase to its rate of fire. It actually triples its rate of fire. We also get a huge amount of ammo, now with a base 504 ammo, but we do get a little bit less damage per shot. This is the way that I'm currently running Rocket Barrage and the way that I've found that it works pretty well. However, I've tried a couple other builds and we'll be talking about them towards the end of the video for some other ideas for this particular overclock. This is still technically on the beta where I'm playing this, however this should be live by the time this video goes out, so there may be more changes to this overclock as well as a bunch of other overclocks. Ooh, we got a bunch of Actera. This should be interesting. And some spitballers, or at least a spitballer. I've had a lot of spitballers today though, so I'd be surprised if there's more. Guess I was standing on the edge of that. Alright, let's go murder them while I run away heroically and mag dump this again. So as you can see, the rate of fire is a bit high with 9 rate of fire. And it's quite good at killing things that get really close to you. However, it's not so good at longer ranges. I don't know if there's any long range enemy for me to demonstrate. But, oh, there's one. So as you can see, the enemy's already moved away by the time I start firing at them. Although I did hit another spitball infector. So I guess that's a bonus. We get aim for this one. Yeah, it's really good if the target can't move. Alright. Let's get rid of that. Alright, some more red sugar, a bunch of nitra, and then we can get our eggs. And let's start pulling eggs and see what we get. I need more starch nuts. It actually doesn't matter since we're on the experimental. Going for more starch nuts does nothing, but as soon as this comes live, starch nuts are going to be my main priority. Thanks, Bosco. Because they get your Randowizer, and that's my new favorite beer. So, we got a horde inbound. Is there any more eggs nearby that we can make angry? There is. There's an egg back here. Bosco, would you like to make a swarm angry? Or potentially a second swarm? Could you go get that? Ooh, I hear a septic spitter. Ah, and a Trija. I'm going to fight down here because I think our build is pretty strong for it. Oh. Ah. That was a good shot from the septic spitter. Yeah. Yeah, take him out, Bosco. Oh, okay. We're reloaded again. Let hell loose. There's some rock box there, isn't it? Yeah, Bosco, you can just drop that, thank you. That egg actually isn't a horde egg. Molly, please don't body block me. Ooh. Alright, let's get down over here. I'm liking the Trija there. But we can't empty out everything we got onto them. Those larvas might be giving me issues though too. Yeah. Empty out everything. And more grenades. More gun grenade. Oh, another thing that we got just very, very recently was we got new music too. That's going to be coming. There might be some of it in the section that's not kill all the bug section. Once we get through this swarm, we might be able to hear it. Ah, I'm hitting so many plants. Whoa, that's a lot of Trijas. Okay, I'm gonna want this for a second. Why did they just suddenly show up? All I was doing was clearing up rock bogs. Should have no issue with me, right? Not. They're still not all dead. Okay. Anyway, looks like we have this other rock box. This actually looks like a pretty good place to cleanse it, though. And we've got a whole minefield to go with all our other explosives. We still got another 2 swarms to deal with, and we've got all these rockets to use. So far I'm finding this combination to be pretty decent though. Maybe not my favorite combination, but experimental rounds is putting in pretty good work. It's picking out things like the MacTera and some distant targets, and then I can just use this to spam at anything that comes close to us. And that wasn't our horde egg. Let's see if this one's our swarm egg, or maybe this one. I guess we can get both. Yeah, Bosco, you go for that. I'll go for this. That's not a swarm egg either. Okay. Maybe this one. That's another septic spitter. These guys have actually been giving me a bit of trouble. Mostly because I forget that they exist. And then they just kind of wail on me at a distance. Oh, there's two of you. And I can't hit. That's not good. Okay. Get that other one. Ooh, man. Good thing we're safely in our shield. One of those was a horde egg, though. Here, Bosco, could you... Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why I bothered grabbing that. I could have just let it go, but... No! I wasn't paying attention. Did the septic spitter actually get all the way around me? I guess so. I guess there must be a hole in the wall. I figured he'd come out the other way. Okay. This wasn't our horde egg, so the last two have to be both our horde eggs then, right? Unless, like, the very first two eggs we got were the swarm eggs and I just didn't pay attention. There's one of them. Alright, well. Time to fight. Hopefully not die to more septic spitters. Slow start to the wave, so there's another septic spitter. Is there another two of you? Or did you just climb up there? Not entirely sure. That might help a little bit. Oh, there's another one. Okay. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Stunned it with that shot. Okay. I like this loadout, but you make an awful lot of fire in the magma core. That very first swarm we had was just an extra big swarm. Oh, there's another one. This time I guess I was ready. I just kind of happened to be looking in the right direction, honestly. There's still no Praetorians. Let's try to take care of some grunts. I'm surprised they haven't just been running straight at me. Been having some interesting pathing. Okay, let's go. Let's leave then with... Man, I really messed up this place, didn't I? I think all of that was from my missiles. So that was Rocket Barrage. And Rocket Barrage is a really, really fun overclock. Is this going to be one of the strongest overclocks for the Hurricane? I don't know, but that doesn't really matter. It's very fun and I plan on using it a lot. I did test this out earlier when I was streaming with quite a few different builds. The very first build I ran was just my standard Hurricane build, and I believe I took Hellfire with this build. We ran this on a Dreadnought mission, and I found that this overclock, at least built this way, was not super strong against Dreadnoughts. Hellfire was also not strong against Dreadnoughts because you can't light them on fire. So this build did kind of struggle on that very first one. You can kind of see that in this clip. It's not doing tons of damage to the Dreadnought right here, even when we're just hitting him in the weak spot. It's still not doing a whole ton of damage. The second build that I ended up taking with this was trying it with the full rate of fire build and just trying to mag dump the thing as fast as I possibly could. You can see how fast the rate of fire is in this clip. It's extremely quick. You just go through your whole magazine super fast because you have 12 rate of fire and only a 36 round magazine. I ended up taking composite casings with this particular overclock just so that we could have the fastest rate of fire, one of the fastest secondary with the fastest primary now. And you just go through rounds super quick with this. It is a very fun build, but I don't think it's super practical because you can actually empty through both primary and secondary weapons before Born Ready can trigger. Then the third build that I tried with this was going with a full fire build because I was excited that we have another fire option to light things on fire with rather than just burning hell. The only other ways that I really liked running fire on the Hurricane was either going with salvo modules so that you can just burst a bunch of shots at something and then light it on fire, or mine layer system to where you could just have fire on your mines, which was kind of nice. Naturally, I took this with volatile bullets with the revolver so that we could hit really hard, because this build didn't hit big things very hard unless they were on fire, which then it hit really hard because volatile bullets just naturally does that. This one did end up becoming really interesting, and I really like this new overclock. I think it's really cool. If you guys haven't already tried it, and especially if you didn't like manual guidance cutoff, I would say give this one a try. If nothing else, it's extremely fun, which I think is one of the biggest bonuses that you can have in an overclock in Deep Rock. Even if your overclock isn't that strong, it doesn't matter if it's extremely fun. I'm going to use it a whole bunch. Tomorrow I should be going over all the overclock changes that we have, because we have quite a lot of them, at least in a general overview. Not going into specific builds for them. I still have a lot more of these things to test, so I'll keep you guys updated when I get a chance to test all those things. But thank you guys so very much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye!